better sense. You know?
Hey, the world champ, two-time world champ coming in. Kenny Everett, two-time world champ, gold medalist. Kenny Everett, two-time world champ. Two gold medals.
He parked. Oh, he parked? Well, let's wait for him.
You know when he wasn't a champ.
Get strong about this. Oh yeah. We have a special thing today that I want to do for Grandmaster Keith McKinley here. So I'm going to just say a few words. Keith's very proud of you. Okay, very proud of you. Number one, I've known Keith since he was a little kid. Okay, running around the streets and all that kind of stuff. I know him before he became a lawyer, after he became a lawyer. I know him was in Chamber and anything you need. You know that. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very proud of the accomplishments that he's made. Very proud of his wife. Very proud of your children as well. And to see him go to the level that he is. Keith has been not only a karate practitioner for point karate, but I remember me fighting full contact. I mean, you and John came right out there and did the same kind of thing. And I thought that was very important in order to represent Philadelphia in the type of martial arts that we needed to do. I remember you throwing tournaments. Okay, some of the best karate tournaments that we ever had. I really enjoyed every single one of them. Okay, so I'm very proud of you now. Your brother and I went to high school together, so you know that was a great routine. He's a great basketball player and all that kind of stuff. Your parents as well. I want to congratulate Keith on this on behalf of all of our Chamber schools and all of our Taekwondo students, no matter where they are. Okay, and what you're doing. And we have something very special for you today in a different aspect, but we also have a monetary gift that we want you to have.
I appreciate that.
I know. Start taking out the dust, brother. Okay, but we're very, very, very proud of you, Keith. But right now, Grandmaster James Mitchell could not be here today. Okay, and I know I'm working with the Wounded Warriors program, but I really needed to make this change to come over and be with you today. Okay, welcome, sir. Okay, John.
You don't know what this is, right?
I have no idea.
You don't really know what this is.
No.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to say everything that Grandmaster Ozzy already said.
You can say it.
We go way back. You know, I remember when Keith first started, white belt, yellow belt, around 4 years behind me. So, you know, Keith was always under my wing. I was very protective of Keith. Keith could be a pain in the butt if you know him. Call you all the time.
You mean
keep you on the
bad or
phone
man?
for hours. He doesn't call me as much anymore, but when he does call me, you still get there hours and hours. And all you got to do is put the phone on mute and let him talk. But I'm very proud of Keith. When I came back on the scene after being gone, probably, I left in '83 and came back in 2005 to this area, so like 22 years gone. When I came back, you know, Keith's like, well, you know, what are you into? I said, well, I started this thing, this organization or whatever. And Keith was like, well, you know, I'm kind of interested in that. I've been on the shelf for a little while. So I said, you know, the goal of Universal Sangha Kwan Alliance is to build programs in churches and community centers to offer affordable training to young men and women. Because I knew when I grew up, I really couldn't afford, my parents couldn't afford to pay for karate lessons, $60 a month and all that kind of stuff. So there was a guy, Ernest Powellmore, who was,
Bless his heart.
he was a branch chief for the Philadelphia Bulletin, and he had all his paper boys, taught them all karate. And I never paid a dime for a karate lesson in my life, and never charged a dime for a karate lesson. So that was my goal. And Keith, I can say, is really, out of all the people that came through and all the people who got certificates and recognition and a whole lot of stuff, Paul Chang was already established when I came here. But Keith is the only one who built a program from a church, and now we have a commercial school. So I'm very proud of him. Philadelphia is really not big on the rank kind of stuff. Sometimes people go 20, 30 years and they don't get any promotions. You know, it's really not about rank because, first of all, you got rank and you don't do nothing with the rank. What difference does it make anyway? Mm-hmm. And you got rank and you can't tie your belt around your waist. You know, there's a lot of that out there. There's a lot of people who want rank because of their ego. We're not into that. the only thing that mattered back in the day for us, and still to us, the former more than the latter. But what are you about? You know, are you about your brother? Are you about helping other people? That's how it was when we came up. It was also about, can you fight? I don't worry about that stuff no more. But, you know, so I don't care how many condoms you know and the weapons and all that kind of stuff and breaking boards and bricks and ice. No, we don't care about that. Can you fight? So this brother been fighting for a long time, not only in martial arts, but, you know, he fights for his friends, he fights for his family, he fights for his community. So today we want to recognize him with the promotion to 8th degree black belt. I don't know what that means.
You can float through walls.
Yeah, you know, there's no magic, there's no mystery, there's, you know, but it means something to us. It just means, and Keith always tells me this, he's like, you know, I'm not ready for promotion, I'm not ready for promotion. One day, you know, I'll get there, but there's really no there. I mean, you know, that 8th degree is just signifying your time in the arts, your dedication to the arts, and your potential. Rank is so watered down now, you know, so you're an 8th degree black belt, I mean, I don't know, you go anywhere, anytime you go to an event, you know, you probably got 9th and 10th, all over the place. So they're not all created equal, just like all black belts aren't created equal. It's you know, something special about you. I wanted to recognize you. I know you say you're not ready. Who's ready?
Yes, sir.
You know. So it's a mark of your potential, and it's a mark of the expectations that we place in you. And we were fortunate enough to have your first instructor, James Mitchell, sign off on this, and Grandmaster Ozzie Wright sign off on this, who has always been part of your life. Yes, James Mitchell stepped off the scene. Ozzie was there for you.
Yes, he was.
And I've always been part of your life.
Yes, sir.
I believe I was probably one of the people you had to fight when you took your black belt test.
Absolutely.
So
It was 19 people.
It was a lot. You gotta fight them all. So, so this is for you from the Universal Song of Quantum Alliance. It says Grandmaster on here. But don't let it go to your head. As I mentioned to Akin and Jody, it's a grandmaster that doesn't mind getting punched in the face and doesn't mind punching somebody back in the face. And that's really what it's about. You know, you got rank, but you don't do anything with it, then it doesn't mean anything anyway. So this is from us, and I believe I may have been the very first one to issue you a black belt certificate.
Yes, you were.
Because I don't think James had certificates at that time.
Yeah, just
So,
it's true.
and that was 1979, and you still have that certificate.
Yes.
And here I am, how many years?
200.
79 to now. Who's good at math?
Yeah.
A long time, right? Long time. So here we are again, and I have the opportunity to sign off on your 8th degree certificate.
Congratulations, brother.
Grandmaster Keith McKinley, this is project name. Hereby promoted to the rank of Kaldon 8th degree black belt in Korean martial art of Taekwondo. This distinguished martial arts master is one of our most outstanding representatives and thinkers. He is an exceptionally civic-minded leader and educator, personifying all that is good and nourishing to our community, and is hereby promoted to the above rank on this 28th day of November, 2005.
And that does not mean that while I'm running this occasion, I go to my house in the middle of the night and say, let me show you this new kick. I do mean 11 o'clock at night, too. You know? Congratulations. Welcome.
Everybody knows you're a warrior because even some of the older cats that traveled around, one in particular, one of our Secret Service buddies, he was with me back then, you know, as we watched you compete. Anyway, a lot of words.
Very nice.
Great leader. Exceptional.
John is signed by John, myself, which is, he's been holding down the presidency. Like he does a lot. John does a whole lot internationally. And we are international. We have members in 34 countries. So, hey.
Ourselves, And so nothing that I've been able to achieve, particularly in the last 7, 8, 9 years, has been without the help of many people. And John is correct. Early in my training, there was my instructor, James Mitchell, but then there was John, who mentored me. John mentored me very early in my training. And when my instructor closed his dojo,
Y'all may, you know, people get hit, so we wanted to make sure you had that.
Yeah,
Definitely here, and I have a $50 thing that somebody, what is your mat fee?
$25.
Okay, well, you have two people that it's important, one, if you've been in a building paying rent or owning ownership of that building, as long as I have, you know what time of day it is, okay? I've been in the same spot since 1979, so that's a long time. And even though the spot hasn't grown, the bill's grown. So the brother's now in, the master is now in his own place. He's not in a school or a church, so this is important. And I appreciate what you said, and I said something directly after it. Take care of that business and definitely make sure you pay each other, because the martial arts is a business, and it's a business of giving up our lives to others. And if you've been in the business as long as I have, and as long as some of the other masters have, you know that it's a trying situation. If you're like Master or Grandmaster Ozzy, there's 20 or 30 people underneath you who are blowing your phone up on a consistent basis. And you definitely need to make sure you give homage and honor to them and try to keep them on the straight and narrow. But don't let that, and this is to you, don't let people who are slow you down in making the business. And everybody, Dr. Arteezy says one thing, he says, they don't want you. I would like to pay you what you're worth. You're worth a lot. You're worth a lot. Make the people pay you what you're worth. Okay, because like I said, I watched the man get a $500,000 loan trying to make karate go into the Olympics. You heard me, right?
Yes, sir.
And lose 125 acres, which my name was on, of land. So when I say lose, it means the banks took it. We built a swimming pool.